everybody. Welcome to the offering. I'm Jerry Corbett of J. Corbett Ministries, and thank you so much for joining us for another installment of the offering. Hey, look, I'm so glad you joined us, and I thank you for watching our previous content that we've been putting up. We've been talking about seasons, and now we want to transition to start talking about some stuff about these seasons are coming. So you need to practice self-discipline. And how do you do that? So that's what we're going to talk about today. But before we do, let me take time to thank you for supporting the ministry. Thank you so much. Some of you pray for us. Some of you view us, some of you contribute financially, and some of you do all three, and I want to thank you. Thank you so much for making sure that this ministry is still vibrant and still alive. And I want you to know it's very valuable. It's very valuable, and that you support us, because we're trying to do viable and valuable things to sow back into your lives. That's exactly what we want to do. That's what a ministry does. It sows back into your life, and it makes sure that you are gaining in the areas that you need to gain in. And that's why we talk about the critical subjects that we talk about. All right, so thank you so much. Now listen, I also want to thank all of our viewers for subscribing. Thanks to all our subscribers for subscribing. If you're here and have not subscribed, my brothers and sisters, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and give us the thumbs up at the bottom of the screen. That helps us, and it helps us get more views. It helps us send the message a little further. So thank you so much for all your support, and we thank God for you. Hey man, we're going to get underway here. We're going to get it going. Look, we're going to talk about the all-important subject of how to seek and gain self-discipline. All right, God, we give you praise. Thank you for this word. Thank you for your presence. Give me the ability to speak, and your people the ability to hear and receive. And we ask it in your name. Amen. All right. Hey, look. Self-discipline. If we're going to move into a new season of our lives, and we are going to optimize, we are going to be our very, very best, there are some things we have to do. But the first thing we have to do is understand what self-discipline is. So what is it? Here is a working definition that we use throughout this presentation. See, self-discipline is the ability to push yourself forward, to stay motivated, and to take action regardless of how you feel, physically or emotionally. You know, it means that you're showing some intentionality, and you're choosing something for your betterment. All right? You're choosing something to better you. See, this is self-discipline in action. Your brain says you need to do something, but your body keeps resisting. And instead of listening to your body who's resisting, you listen to your brain. Let me give you, for instance, my brain tells me, Jerry, you need to work out. But my body says, you're tired. My body says it's cold. My body says it's hot. My body says the workout is hard. My body says, oh, I'm going to be sore. But my brain has to persist and win the battle. That's self-discipline. That's the ability to push yourself forward, and stay motivated. Take action regardless of how you feel, physically or emotionally. All right? It's being intentional. It's choosing to pursue something that betters you. That's what self-discipline is. See, self-discipline is different than self-motivation or having willpower, because motivation and willpower, they only contribute to self-discipline. So you want to be persistent. You want to have the ability to follow through. You want to have the ability to say, I'm intentional about this. You want to work hard, and you're going to finally see the results. Some of you are trying to start businesses. Some of you are trying to write books. Some of you are trying to make new waves. Some of you are trying to get a degree. Some of you are trying to do various things. And what I'm trying to tell you is you're not going to be able to achieve it unless your self-discipline kicks in. Your self-discipline won't kick in until you allow your brain to override what your body senses and feels. And you have to stay motivated along the way. So why do we need self-discipline? Well, self-discipline, we need it because it's useful in every area and aspect of our lives. It pushes us to do high quality work, and we do that high quality work even when we don't feel like it. Our brain kicks in and we know, there's a certain quality that I must achieve, okay? It gives us the strength to stay professional. It gives us the strength to stay focused. It gives us the strength to produce good quality work for those we work for. It gives us the ability to produce results that we strive for in our personal lives, in our spiritual lives. And self-discipline enables us to get success, go through, and hang in there despite what others may see as an insurmountable odd. You've got to hang in there. Don't quit. Don't give up. You have got to, when the pain kicks in, you got to work just as hard. When your body says no, your brain says yes, you've got to work. You've got to stay focused. You've got to push yourself past that comfortable zone and get uncomfortable. And when you do, you will reach some milestones in your life that you've not reached. The reason that many of us, me included, do not reach our goals, the reason we do not optimize, the reason we're not making a difference in this world is because we've decided to be complacent, be comfortable where we are. Oh, I work every day. I do this. I never go home. I rest. I deserve not to do anything on the weekends. I deserve to lay out on my couch. I deserve to be out on my back porch patio or whatever around the fire pit in the evening, just chilling, doing what I do, invite a few friends over. And then we all tell each other how wonderful they are in that comfortable space, rather than pushing each other to be their very best. We have to get the self-discipline we need to rise above that crowd and be different. See? So how do we develop it? Well, self-discipline is like a muscle. The more you work it, the more you develop it, the more you use it, the stronger it becomes. So you have to be persistent, like a weightlifter. Earlier this week, I ran into one of my former professors, and this has been some years ago, and since I've been in school, but I ran into him a few days ago, and I asked him, are you still a long-distance biker? This guy rides 75, 85 miles a weekend, all right, on a bike, on a bicycle, not a motorcycle. Now, and he says, well, I don't ride in the cold weather, but now the weather's breaking. And he says, when I get on it, that muscle memory kicks in. And that's because over the years, he's disciplined himself to endure that 75 and 80 miles. And his muscles just remember, all right? And he's, had some birthdays, let me say. So anyway, it's like that. If you get it in shape, it remembers. And all you have to do is be persistent. Keep on, keep going, stay motivated. Keep doing the same thing over and over. So what I want to do now is, since we've opened that up, I want you to know how to develop this self-discipline that I'm talking about, all right? I want to give you 5 ways now. We're going to work on this for about a month, all right? This whole idea of self-discipline. And we're going to expand it. We're going to work on it because I need it. I know you need it. We all need it. Tell your friends, tell your children, tell your grandchildren, tell your co-workers, hey, that the offering is on. They need to tune in because this is some important information that they're about to get. I want to give you 5 things today that will be steps toward you developing self-discipline. 5 things today that'll be steps for you to develop self-discipline. The first thing I need for you to do if you're going to develop self-discipline is choose a goal. Begin by choosing just one goal you want to focus on to develop self-discipline. Now, what you need to do is not make this a very lofty, high goal. No, just make it a goal. For instance, I want to start exercising in the mornings or every evening, or I want to read just one book on leadership per month or per week or whatever. So you've got to choose a goal. What is your goal? Is it starting to exercise? Is it starting a side hustle? Is it, writing a book, reading a book? Is it the fact that you want to overcome something that you believe is a bad habit? Just say, for instance, if I want to quit smoking, all right, I've got to discipline myself. I got to set a goal that I may not go cold turkey, but I'm going to smoke one less cigarette a day, or one pack less a week, something. Set a goal that's measurable, set a goal that's doable, concentrate on it, and then make sure that you remember that you start in that small way, develop the discipline. As you discipline yourself, you get stronger, and then you can begin to focus on that one area, all right? And as you focus on that one area and you overcome, you can start spreading it to other areas of your life that need self-discipline, all right? So that's one. You've got to develop a goal if you're going to ever be self-disciplined. Two, you've got to find your motivation. See, you've got to ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why is this necessary? Why would I put myself through this kind of thing? Why would I undergo why this, or why would I undertake this? See, once you've chosen your goal, then you've got to list your reason why you should achieve it. You got to write it out. This is my why. This is why I want to do it, and try to express your why in a positive way rather than a negative way. All right? I don't just want to get in shape because I'm overweight. That's negative. But I want to get in shape because, listen to this, I'll create a healthy lifestyle. See, because after you lose the weight, what do you do after that? Well, I keep on having the same motivation. I keep on seeking my why, because I'm not just trying to lose weight. I'm trying to develop and maintain a healthy lifestyle. All right. Hey, man, that's it. So understand your motivation. Get to your why. We always concentrate on the what of a thing, but I'm asking you to concentrate on the why of the thing. All right. Here is number 3, because we've talked about 2. Set a goal. That's reasonable. Find your motivation, ask yourself why. And then 3, identify any obstacles that may get in the way and hinder the progress. See, now you need to identify these obstacles that you are going to face when working towards your goal. And then you have to devise a strategy to get around them and overcome them. All right? So, for instance, you want to read that book on leadership to enhance your skills as a leader. And in the past, you've found many distractions that prevented you from reading that book that weekend, like binging Netflix. Maybe you want to cut Netflix off, or maybe if you're going to see this as a goal, you might need to cancel the subscription. I don't know, that's extreme, but if you're going to develop the self-discipline, you've got to clear yourself of obstacles. All right? Now, I can't work out because, look at this, it makes me sore. It's painful. It makes my joints ache because I'm a little heavy. Well, you can begin doing work that's less demanding, all right? But you've got to get across that obstacle of being sore, being in pain, all right? How do I work out to develop and maintain a healthy lifestyle without so much pain? You got to overcome that obstacle. You've got to get through it. You've got to see it through. And once you identify the obstacle, you come up with a strategy to overcome it. And you can do that. Now, I would suggest doing some exercise, sitting down, leg lifts, arm lifts, stretch out, do all of this, stretching and bending until you start losing some weight. Do some floor exercises or something that won't make you so sore. All right? All right. Hey, man, get the obstacle identified, create a strategy to overcome. All right, that's 3 so far. If we're going to develop a life of being self-disciplined, we've got to do 3 things so far. 1, develop a goal. 2, find your motivation. And 3, you have to face those obstacles. All right, now, here we go. 4 gets even more difficult. If you're going to live a disciplined life, self-disciplined, brother, sister, you've got to replace old habits. See, when you're developing this kind of self-discipline, we often try to break bad habits and replace it with something more productive. However, now that's tied to a certain time of the day, or it's tied to, is anything going to get in the way to keep me from doing it? Or do we see the necessity of even getting rid of the habit? Let's just say, what keeps me from getting in shape is, look at this, I spend most of my time binging, eating cookies and chips, and just sitting down watching Netflix while I eat potato chips, cookies, and ice cream. We got to get those old habits out of the way. We've got to somehow replace them. And what we've got to do is, I can break those old habits. 1, by not buying potato chips, cookies, and ice cream at the grocery store. I want to go to the grocery store, write out a list, stick to it, and don't deviate from it. Discipline yourself in that. That will help you break old habits. All right, you got to identify the behavior that got you in the position that you're in, and then you've got to attack that behavior and overcome it. Those old habits of I'm not going to read my book right now. I'm just going to watch a movie. And then you watch another movie. Then you watch another movie, and then you fall asleep, or then you get distracted. No, look at this. Break old habits, man. You've got to turn off that cell phone or that tablet or computer at night, and you've got to get in the bed if you're going to, and go to sleep if you're going to feel like getting up, going out to work out the next day. All right? Yes. So you've got to do some things there to break those old habits. And that's going to take developing self-discipline. We've talked about 4 things if you're going to be self-disciplined and have that self-discipline lifestyle. 1, you've got to create goals. 2, you've got to know your why and be motivated. 3, you have got to, my brothers and sisters, identify an obstacle that gets in the way and eliminate it. And you got to eliminate old habits. And 5, my brothers and sisters, you got to monitor your progress. As you work on your self-discipline, you got to pay attention to how you're feeling as you develop these new muscles with reading, these new muscles with working out, these new muscles with starting the business or starting a side hustle or going back to school, getting a degree. When you monitor your progress, you will start to see how far you came. When you see how far you came, it'll make you feel free. It'll make you feel happy. It'll make you feel proud. And guess what? Lastly, it'll energize you to keep on going. So what you've got to do is think about stuff like writing a journal. March the 20th, whatever, I was right here. But April the 20th, I'm here. I see the progress. You see? Write down your journey towards self-discipline. Track your progress. This will reinforce your attitude. It will reinforce what you're trying to implement into your life. And it gives you a record that you can go back and look at and say, I've lost 20 pounds, or I've read 5 books, or I've got my first check on my side hustle, or I got an A in one of my classes. All right? So over time, self-discipline will strengthen you both mentally, physically, and I believe it'll strengthen you spiritually. So work on that and hang in there, my brothers and sisters. I'll see you next week as we continue this process. Take care of one another and take care of yourself. I love you. Peace.